Hello, everyone. Welcome to tonight, which is a Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern. That's where and when we are. Welcome to Ggameknights. I am going to be your dungeon bug tonight, Ryan. Tonight we have with us a beautiful cast with their names displayed underneath them. Maybe we'll introduce them by my characters later. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. Um, this is a 5e sci-fi fantasy blend, um, and it's been going for a little while. So thank you for joining us. We also have a bunch of other games in this channel, so be sure to follow and check them out. The next one coming up on the schedule is tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. It's going to be using the system called the Sprawl, which is a kind of a cyberpunky, powered by the Apocalypse engine game. It's called Neon Souls. Check it out. A gang of ne'er do wells, I guess, but with hearts of gold, horny hearts of gold, who try to make their way through the city. But for everything else, there's all the socials here. Whether you're watching this on Twitch or YouTube, there's links to everywhere. So check them out. There's Twitters, Discords, and all that stuff. Lots of fun things going on all the time. So, I guess without further ado, we can get started here. So, where last we left off, the crew of the Arcturus was going over everything that they had forgotten, I guess, and remembering what the campaign is actually about. In the meantime, Vyncent, the Aasimar magic sorcerer, was searching for answers. In part of that search, he reached out to an old friend. And at this moment, as you are leaving the Black Dwarf, there is a call coming in, and Kitty's voice is now integrated in the whole Arcturus now, I guess. Incoming transmission.
All right, let's patch it through.
Patching. And then as you do that, there's a familiar face that kind of materializes in this hologram made out of green splines.
Well, Vyncent, it's good to see you, buddy.
Ulster, hope everything's doing all right for you.
Yeah. I guess so. I guess it is. Things are kind of crazy right now, I'm sure. Here they're going a little wild for you out there too. But
yeah, you don't even know the half of it.
I expect I don't. But I got some info for you. What
Yeah,
you're asking about.
that's good. What you got?
Well, I've got coordinates for the Zrai system. And Planet Amos. And that's with an M. I know I didn't say that very strongly just now. That's an M. There's definitely ocelot activity there. We sent out a crew there, the Tails. Tails, got a Tail Team 6. We sent it out there. But we lost contact. And
It's not good.
best I can tell, they've got some sort of They must be using some sort of air gap network, so I can't hack in through the ArcNet or anything. It's just a dead zone around there. But I can tell you what I do know. Do you know that there's just intermittent supplies that go there? Not very often, not for a long time. But usually, just materials, metals, fuels, glass, that sort of thing. Chemical compounds. But as far as anything else, I got no word from our crew. Now imagine if this place has been secret for this long, it's tighter than a Beatles button there.
Yeah, well, I mean, you know the crew we've got. A habit of getting in places people don't want us in.
That's true. You are the best.
I mean, just ask Eleanor. I'm real good at making holes where they're not supposed to be.
I wouldn't say that in mixed company. But I still have nightmares about that.
You weren't the one who fell down the pit. She still, I don't think, has forgiven me.
I don't think so. She was awful mad at you. But sorry I don't have more for you.
That's okay. So, send in the team to Secret Ocelot Base. Not much info on what could be there. I mean, the stuff you said they get sent, that's fairly run-of-the-mill, but, I mean, who knows what Ocelot gets up to? They could be doing, maybe there's something on planet, and that's just supplementary supplies.
Yeah, it's got to be pretty big for it to stay this secret this long. Yeah, I don't know. But I try to get you more backup if I could, but we're stretched pretty thin out here.
Oh, don't worry about that. I think we've got just the crew to make a run at the place.
All right, well, send out word if y'all need something. I don't know what I can do, but don't hesitate to call. Miss hearing your voice.
It's been a while, buddy.
Sure has. I'm signing out, buddy.
And the splines dematerialize. And you have the coordinates to this distant system, Zariah. And in which planet? In the there aren't many planets in that system, but you have the planet called Amos.
Okay, well, gonna start setting up autopilot to take us there, and
All right.
go get the rest of the crew, fill them in.
All right. Do you want to play that out? Anybody?
I don't know
Or
that
do you-
we need to do the relaying of the info, but like,
Yeah,
what-
not the
that's
relay,
fine.
but do you want to like talk about it?
Yeah, you haven't got to talk to Rosh yet.
Oh yeah, that's right.
We can do the actual reunion scene after the planning.
I mean,
Oh, Vincent,
we
it
could.
worked.
Oh, we could say that while they're down on the planet, or down on the black dwarf, that you were having this conversation, and so, Rosh, beclothed, is now upon the Arcturus.
Yeah. Well, actually, it works out because after we got back, got beclothed, and then I specifically said like I went to go see Vyncent in the cockpit since he was flying. So maybe right after this conversation, after we take off, Rosh comes in, swoosh, doors opening.
Thought you were going through beads again. It's like we didn't put beads everywhere.
Yeah.
No. That'd be crinkle.
Yeah.
It's been a long day.
Hire Sean for your Foley work, everyone.
Crinkle.
A master of his craft, truly.
So comes in, kind of like knocks on the steel of the door. Vincent.
Rosh, you're up and walking around a bit sooner than I think we expected, but
Right, I'm actually avoiding Gwen right now because she's demanding that I am not doing this, but I wanted to come by and say hi and thank you for your part in all of this.
of course I'm just sorry I couldn't be down there and greeting you first thing. Must have been, I mean, obviously you knew Gwen and Drew, but new guy might have been a bit of a shock.
Yes, Milo's interesting, so getting a read on them. But the reunion was short-lived considering what attacked us there, so I'm glad you're here and safe. This is a bit weird to say. It feels just like it's been a few moments since I saw you, but apparently it's been months. So
Feels like even longer than that sometimes.
But I want to fully express how thankful I am for what you did and bringing me back and keeping everyone together.
You're welcome. That's an awful lot to throw at a guy. Not really quite sure how to fully respond to that, but I mean, couldn't keep you dead.
Right. I suppose, well, I mean, you could have. I wouldn't have blamed anyone for that, but I appreciate it, considering everything that's going on. But if there's anything I can help with, just let me know. I'm going to get some rest, but...
Yeah, well, you actually just missed Bolster. He was on the comms a second ago. Sorry,
how's he?
Was about to sneeze. He's doing okay.
Bless you.
Yes. I am fully blessed in your presence. He's doing all right. Working with the tails, trying to take down Ocelot, do what they can. But told me about a facility of theirs, and actually we should probably go. I'll set up autopilot to start taking us there. We should go tell everyone else all this and figure out what we want to do about it.
Yes, absolutely. If we have something we can do and people can help, yes, let's do that. I think everyone's back that way anyway. So, all right. Shush.
And so that's what Bolster told me.
Are we in the triangle table room now?
Oh yeah,
The
TTR.
war kitchen.
The war kitchen. We could, yeah. I mean, we could just move all this to the kitchen. If you don't do you like the idea of the war room or just everything happening in the kitchen?
I like the TTR.
I like the TTR too. I feel like there's like one observation window that like looks out and there's space. I feel like I don't know. Yeah. Anyway, go.
Well, if we're not in the kitchen, Gwen's bringing food in there all the time.
Okay.
Constantly eating.
Have you all expanded like track that Kitty runs on? Can Kitty bring snacks anywhere in the city or in the ship now?
Probably.
That sounds like something we would have done.
Okay.
There's a specific Kitty duct system that they kind of zoop up into and then like drop down in any room from like a
the whole armature kind of into like a ball and then like a hamster. I don't know. It rolls and then like
built a habit trail for
yes.
Kitty.
Yeah.
What voice is Kitty on? I'm just gonna do the pleasant one.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want
The sexy one.
The bartender.
Yeah. Is the pleasant one the sexy one for you, Sean? I want to be sexy for you, Sean.
If it's not, I have questions about your definition of sexy.
It really does.
Yeah, I guess. What do you think I was referencing with that?
Well, I didn't know if you were talking about the bartender one, who's not so much sexy as just like kind of just gross. But cool. All right. So I don't know. So, you all are in the war room. There's nothing that I have to add to this, actually. Continue.
So, I mean, there's this facility that got a team of tails, lost contact there. Might still be alive, might not. I mean, y'all know Ocelot and how ruthless they can be.
I bank on not, but we should try to find them. If we can.
I'll admit, outside of Bolster's stories and some of our brief interactions, I don't know much about Ocelot from my own travels. What should we expect?
Well, I mean, you know.
I was going to say, actually, Milo, if you with your experience with the Concord, you're more of a kind of like a inner city where everyone else has kind of been on the fringes of space. So you have a chance to know something about this.
Oh, yay. What
roll
do I
me,
know?
You know at least this. I'm gonna have you roll a history to know more, but you know that they are a hyper corporation. They've been around for ages and ages. They're one of the they're one of the top conglomerates that have kind of managed to last 4 centuries, and they go ahead and roll me a history check and see if I can add a little bit more. And also, Sean, can you repeat the question that Rosh had so I can frame the information he has that would answer it?
Rosh was just asking what should we expect going up against a corporation like this? Like,
okay, all right, Milo, go ahead, roll for me.
Like well, I was young when they started, so I was there at the start, but I rolled a 4, and that's probably about all I know was I'm older. So they must respect me.
I will say, okay, you don't know anything specific about them, but you do know just general rumors. Like, you know that they're a hyper corporation, you know that they have been implicated in some nefarious things, but like most successful hyper corporations, those things don't seem to stick, and people forget about them and move on. You know that they have fathomless resources. So they could, it depends. They could, depends on how much they throw at this planet, what they are capable of.
I don't think I've ever worked for them. I've probably done a case against them, but failed because...
Oh, have you? Okay.
Probably.
Good to know.
Well, if they're bad, I'm not going to work for them.
They're corporations.
They're bad. Corporations are bad, especially in space.
They are amoral, unfeeling organisms. Yes. I agree.
Got, resources for millennia, but this is a secret facility, so, on the one hand, they can't really move a whole lot there without it drawing too much attention. On the other hand, they definitely want to, protect their interests there, so, maybe not expecting, an army of private security, but they might have some nasty surprises.
We got this. We brought this guy back from the dead.
So what's the plan here? Is this a rescue mission, or is there something else what are we looking for?
I think rescue's probably going to be secondary objective, but this is actually one of the potential facilities that may have had something to do with my creation, or may have some information or clues about that.
Okay. Sorry, there's going to be a slight cock of Milo's head. It's like, creation?
Yeah.
Are we just gliding over that? Like, is everyone else fine with? Am I missing something?
So the person that got this info from Bolster, he's a mouse folk, one of the many genetically designed races that Ocelot has made. You know, former slave people. You know, all that fun and cheery stuff. But I have reason to believe I may be the product of some sort of experiment on their behalf to create, you know, beings approaching the angels or whatever we want to call them. You know, some kind of way to manufacture those entities.
Can't find God. Play God.
We should be prepared for the idea that there might be more of you there.
That would be something.
Certainly possible.
Could we do something to, like, if they all look like you, like,
Well,
maybe tie a bell to somewhere so we know which one you are?
I didn't always have these wings, so hopefully that'll be a giveaway.
Cool. If they all look like you, sorry in advance. A password. That's what we need.
So what would our plan of approach be then? Because I doubt going in just attacking will go well for us.
I'm gonna DM step in here for 1 second. Right now, you have basically no information. You could probably ask this question again when you're in orbit over the planet, and you can maybe do some scans and shit. And that you might be able to actually answer that question with a little bit more to go on, just so we don't have the same conversation in 20 minutes.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So I'm just throwing that out there.
Yeah, my thought. Oh, I guess.
I mean,
so
you
out of
have
character.
Go ahead.
I was gonna say out of character. My thought was like, is this like, can we get to the planet without being flagged, like to scope it out, or is it going to be something like just getting within the system? We're going to have to pass through like a checkpoint or something.
I can answer this, and this can be something that Vincent relayed to you via Bolster. There doesn't seem to be any extraorbital defenses or systems, like as far as like, you know, like satellites or, you know, fighters or something like that. And in Bolster's eyes, this is like to help it keep a lower profile, to have no blueprint or like at all, or no fingerprint at all that would possibly draw attention. So as far you don't know off the top of your head if they have any like long distance scanners. You can probably try to roll to see if you're being scanned, but you think that you can get I mean, from what you know, maybe it's possible to get close to the planet without having to engage anything, but apparently getting to the planet's surface or getting to wherever this facility is, there's enough there that they lost contact with Tail Team 6.
So we'll have to see once we get close, but can always play the, oh no, we ran out of fuel or supplies, and you know, picked up scans that showed there was someone here, and so we came in to get some help.
You've been traveling with me long enough to know that I can't really participate in that part of the plan, but I'll just stand back.
That's why I'll do the talking with my plus 15 to deception.
Are you out of your mind?
I have expertise in deception.
What's your proficiency bonus?
5, and I have a 5 charisma modifier.
Okay. Jesus Christ.
So technically my passive deception is 25.
Jesus. All right. Cool.
He could be lying right now. We never know.
I know. I believe it.
All right. Well, let's get closer and see.
God.
Be prepared
Made
for the
us
worst.
this way.
Oh. It's so funny. It's like I've heard these things and I'm like, oh. So, is there more to discuss right now? Anybody? Gwen? Milo? Veen? Rosh?
Just wait until we get close.
Okay.
Yep.
On the planet.
It takes a few days, so if there's something that you all want to prepare in that time, you may. And if not, we'll just scoot on over to orbit.
I'd just prepare snacks in case it's a big trip.
Okay. All right.
What level
what
spells that?
It's free. You just ask this weird bartender dude who creeps me out.
I cast snacks at 4th level.
Yes.
There's a Toblerone.
No, there's not. That's mine. I'll get that one.
All right. So I'm going to go ahead. We'll move you all over here.
Ooh.
And because this won't be interesting if you fail, I'm not going to have you roll to find the facility. We'll just say, well, let's change the music though.
I thought it was on this planet, but I guess it's not.
I guess it's not. Or we just like keep rolling for 2 weeks as you like just kind of drive around. Like, it's got to be here somewhere. Excuse me, Mr. Snow Panda. There's snow pandas on this world. No, they're not. No, there's not. Not canon. So you are all looking at the readouts in orbit over planet Amos. A bitter, cold wasteland. The weather patterns moving quickly around the surface, kicking up massive tempests of ice and snow. It seems just... I hate... Why did I read? I shouldn't read chat. It makes me giggle, and then I lose my pace. So
I already lost pace.
That's true, but not for good. So, it takes some time of scanning, but you do find, after some time, and as you're doing this, it occurs to you, it's like, why would anyone build something out here? Remote, sure, but there's other more habitable places to set up a remote facility. But the conditions on the planet seem extremely harsh. And it seems unnecessary, almost. But as you scan the planet, you find a strange topographical anomaly, we'll say. On the summit of an impressive peak, a relatively small crater in the center. And around it, a strange, or a non-natural shape, structure built at the lip of it. The only sign of any sort of construction on the entire planet that you've found so far. I'm gonna just... this is not necessary at all, but just a little boop thing right there. built at the edge of the crater. Let's see. What do you have anything that you would like to do to try to further investigate, or to try to like get a better look? Or you tell me. I'm. Let's see if you can find out a little bit more info, or if you want to John Wick this. I don't know.
How would you guys feel about dropping 250 gold pieces so that Rosh on the way there could have done like a legend lore on the planet? Find out any like useful information about the location, especially if we're kind of like, hey, why would they choose this place?
Probably have a ton of money, though I don't know where that would be.
Well, I've got enough in my own to, I guess, cover it.
Yeah, I have some. I mean, do we?
Because I couldn't probably do it on the facility, but I think a planet might have enough like legend or history to it to know something about it.
Did we try just Googling it?
That's kind of what I was. That's kind of what legend lore is.
Yeah, doing the magic Google, but Bolster tried that. They're on their own internal closed off network.
Yeah,
So.
figured.
For Rosh, it's Godgle.
Coggle.
Yeah, we can do that.
Do you want to do that?
Yeah. Done that close to our arrival.
Can you? I've never heard of this thing.
I will drop it in the chat.
Legend lore. Very interesting. Name a person, place, or object. Places the planet. A brief summary of the significant lore about the thing you named. Okay. Freaking cool. Where's that? Is that from the book?
No, that's an old original
OG
spell.
OG spell. All right. Okay. Cool. Gosh, this is extreme. So, how do you think that this works? Like, what spell? Like, what source of collective consciousness is this reaching out of that this brings in this information?
I kind of like the idea of it tapping into the. I mean, if Rosh is part, there's the fragment of Helitos inside of them.
Oh, there you go.
And like, I assume the god might have known things about that planet.
All right, yeah. Absolutely. It ties into your partial divinity here. Rosh, as you cast this, are you in your room? Just so I can see. Okay. Yeah. As you cast on the floor, pillows perfectly around you, making yourself comfortable. The stars out the window beating by as the Arcturus carves its way through space. You reach not out, but in towards this filament within you, this spark of divinity. You focus on the light, and it grows and grows in your mind. And you see the planet. And above it, a terrible battle rages between devils, demons, gods, and angels. Light and fire smashing into each other. You see this from your own perspective within the battle itself. A great spear of light impaling a devil lord. casting it aside. But there are casualties. And more than once you see gods and angels and the like fall. Some are pulled in towards the pull of the planet itself. And that's where your vision ends. You're muted, I'm sorry.
Probably the next day. That probably would have been like the last thing they did the night before we were planning on arriving. And so as we're looking out over the planet and Rosh comes in, would relay that vision to them. Say, it sounds to me that there might be things buried underneath the earth itself that they might be excavating if they're looking to revive more angelic beings and potentially other things.
I figured it would be something about the planet in particular.
But it sounds like there might be many powerful sources of divine and infernal essence here. So we should be prepared for that.
Alrighty then. Good thing I can mostly go toe-to-toe with both. Where is it on my sheet that says I'm resistant to those things? It's somewhere.
Yeah, is everyone in like their combat gear? Just so Milo has a sense of what he has to work with. Can someone tell me what, like up close range, like I kind of want to know what I'm working with here in the party.
I'm all swords.
Okay, we got up
Magic.
close.
Yeah.
Squishy.
Magic. I do have a magic dagger.
Armor
Got a-
wise, are you tankier with clothes or the same as you were when I found you?
Me?
Yeah.
My armor class is 19. So I'm
You're
okay.
tankier than me. You can go frontline.
Clerics, baby.
And is anyone sneaky?
Nope.
Ugh.
Specifically
Is this me?
unsneaky.
Is it just me? Okay.
I'm not sneaky, but not great at it.
Okay, we got this.
I do have some, if we're like talking about what we have out of character, I do have a couple of spells that might help with that. Not a ton, like silence.
You're not a
and-
stealth person.
No. I'm literally glowing.
If you let me stab you with whisper, it'll make a silence
Oh, boy.
area.
Is there maybe like a little dial we can like dim you a bit, like a dimmer?
It's actually a clapper. You just clap on, clap off.
Also, I'd probably mention that I can speak and read Infernal after you've mentioned the whole angelic demon fight business. I'm useful.
So it's the single facility.
We assume.
Probably much of it hidden under the crater. What would be the plan of approaching? I have no qualms based on what I've heard from Ocelot about fighting against them. They're by no means conducting themselves righteously.
Does the ship have a way of like scanning like the ground Get like a little 3-dimensional map of everything, or no?
That would be something we would attempt as we approach the facility, see if we can pick up anything on scans. But
like a little backdoor entrance everyone forgets about, not up top of the mountain.
All right, who wants to roll for it?
What type of roll would it be?
We'll say. What was the roll that I was using for this? If you, instead of doing Intelligence Arcana, we'll do Wisdom Arcana.
I can do that. I'm gonna go ahead and use Tides of Chaos. Give myself advantage.
Good to know. Starting well right here.
That's only a little better. That brings it up to 15.
Okay. So, working with the controls of the Arcturus, you send in some light waves to try to get a reading of what is going on underneath the surface. You're able to tell that the facility it goes a little deep, but not. It's not like miles. It's not like a network or anything. It seems to go about 300 meters. Oh wait, no, that's 100 meters. Sorry, 300 feet down, but like 100 meters. And there are several levels, and they all seem to be kind of like built and spiraling around this central shaft. As far as ingress, it's hard. They all kind of look like the same size to you. Like there's like 2 or 3 that lead down. But it's hard to tell. Like, I mean, you can actually. It's easy to tell what the central one is, the main shaft. But like the other 2, it's kind of like you're like, I don't know if this is maybe like a very small vent or if this is like an elevator or something like that. The scans aren't clear enough to tell. And also, as you're scanning, you're kind of getting a base kind of reading of the temperature on the planet. It is extremely cold. I don't have an actual temperature in both Fahrenheit and Celsius, but it is.
Just say Fahrenheit.
Fahrenheit. Okay, so it is. It is like 20 degrees below zero Fahrenheit.
Oh yeah, that's pretty cold.
You might not be able to guess this about me, but I don't enjoy the cold very much.
Well, hopefully it won't be here for very long.
But maybe if we got close enough to you, potentially we wouldn't feel it.
It doesn't exactly work like that, unfortunately.
Because we like just drop from the ship and then just like dive in. Oh.
Did we say we have some sort of like vehicle not a part of the ship? I can't remember if we decided that or not.
No one talked about it.
I have my fold up speeder.
Oh, you do have your fold up speeder, yep.
I do have an option for a means of transportation that I could create, but it's not subtle.
What can you create?
I'll just drop the spell. It's really not subtle. That's the damage roll. Why would it do a damage roll?
Target does not fall prone.
It's called Blazing Chariot. It's a chariot made of fire.
We all know what song plays when we go in on that.
It's a chariot made of mithril and gold, engulfed in flames.
I mean, if we are trying not to be seen, that sort of makes that an impossibility.
Does someone need to ride it, or can you just like send it off in one direction so they're like, ah, and then we just sneak in behind?
That's sort of a lot of magical energy for a distraction.
I have 250 gold. Oof.
Do we have a jumper we can wear, like a coat?
You have some space suits available that are, protect you against like the cold of space marginally.
No. I'm assuming we're not planning on spending hours outside.
No, we should get it as quickly as possible. I mean, I say we know where the main entrance is. We choose the one that looks the least accessible. It's probably the least used. Get down there, go in, look for anything regarding Vyncent, leave.
Would it make sense to do the idea that you had mentioned, Vincent, is perhaps communicate for radio in for a landing, say that we're in distress or something, making an emergency landing in the Arcturus?
We could, though I suppose I was kind of keeping that one in my pocket in case they, if they ping us, if they've picked us up already or something.
2 small entrances. We split the party. Done.
No. Absolutely
Nope.
not.
I like that plan. Let's do that plan.
All right. Well, I guess we just get down there and see what happens then.
Okay, which small entrance we going for?
Well, which one looks like it's the most difficult to get to? Probably means the least people use it.
There is. Okay, we can do this. I can one beep and then one like beep.
They both look equally as difficult or easy, depending on how you want to read into this.
Alright, then we go left.
Alright, everyone get ready. Gonna bring us on in.
All right. So Vincent, you kind of push forward on the choke, and the nose of the Arcturus begins to dip deeper into the atmosphere, buffeting you all, and the heavy winds that increase as you move your way down deeper into the atmosphere. You do a long, slow corkscrew down towards the facility. For a while, all you see are your instruments where you're headed, nothing but just white cloud blindness until the clouds break and you see kind of flattened summit with a conspicuous crater in the center. As you pull closer, you do see that there is a landing pad where starships can land, and then it's right next to what, as you get closer, looks a little bit of what could be a hangar. You don't have to land there. You can land elsewhere, but that's what you see.
Yeah, assuming that's for the main entrance, so gonna try and take us down over by one of the smaller entrances.
Okay, you're gonna try to land over here. Okay.
Yes.
All right. So go ahead and roll me a piloting check. First one of 2020.
Okay, that's 25.
All right.
That's what happens when you finally get proficiency in it.
Yeah, I guess so. So did you roll? What did you roll?
I
What
got a
stat?
16
Got a
for, yeah,
Oh,
I've
did
been
you
assuming
get
it's
did
dexterity.
you get expertise with it?
No, just proficiency.
What's your dex?
Just +1, so but plus the 5 proficiency.
Wait, what
Or-
number did you say?
Oh, must have done the math wrong. That it's a 22.
Yeah,
Still above a 20.
it's still very high. Sorry, I don't know. I got hung up on that more than I needed to. Very cool. So yeah, you, even with the buffeting winds, you managed to keep the craft level and sink it in just on the other side of the ridge. You can feel the landing gear kind of sink into the snow a little bit, but very quickly it crunches into hard ice and rock. And the craft comes to a crunching halt. You can describe gearing up, everybody. You are now on the surface of the planet Amos.
Cast mage armor on myself.
While we were descending, I asked Gwen to join me in a short prayer, as I'm going to ritual cast, I guess with her permission, Invested Champion on her, which is also one of the new deep magic spells.
Concentration. Okay, cool.
Yeah, up to 1 hour, and she gets some bonuses. Attacks are magical if they weren't already, and I can use my bonus action to give her advantage on attack rolls.
Really? Oh, that's cool.
Mm-hmm.
Wait, all attack rolls or just one?
The first one on her
The
turn.
first one. Okay, cool. That's awesome. Very cool. Gwen, how do you, or like, I kind of want this scene of everyone gearing up with like all the armor and weapons and everything. Also to this will be good for chat too, for like describing character looks and everything as well.
Yeah. Gwen wears this solid black leather armor, and I think it's just like, I mean, she's pretty strapped, but like is like throwing on her weapons and everything. So she has this like big glaive and a shield that she wears on her back, and then the khopesh on one hip, and then I think she like finishes putting on her good boots, and gets up and sort of gets ready to leave the room, thinks about it, and turns around and goes like into her chest of stuff and starts digging through it and pulls out the sort of sheathed longsword that she took back from Beatrice and straps it on her other hip.
All right. I'm going to end with Vyncent. I'm going to go Roshel and then Milo. Roshel.
Finally, like underneath the robes has the black chest plate inscribed with the ruins of the sacred text of their order. It hits the, like, place the palm on the center of it, and they all sort of light up, and the photokinetic bands sort of wrap around their torso, arms, legs. Their armor activates, and then pulls out the spear, which sort of unfurls the cloth that's wrapped around it, and the central crystal on the end lights up, and this radiant blade extends from the end of the sphere.
Milo.
Milo spends, like, he equips his saber, flintlock pistol, and musket, adjusts his little cloak over his left arm, spends most of the time making sure his hat's perfect and the feather looks good. And then as he leaves, he's probably going to pass the kitchen, grab some snacks, which he ordered, and if possible, a thermos of hot chocolate, or like if they have to chill in the snow.
Yes.
Yes, hot chocolate thermos.
Absolutely. Did you bring your thermos?
No, I don't have a thermos. I was hoping you had one in there.
I guess
Shit.
you'll just have to cup your hands for me.
We'll ignore the hot chocolate then. I'll just take my sandwich.
If that's what you want.
Yeah.
It just sprays hot chocolate. And you're like, cool. And then Vyncent.
I mean, Vincent is more or less wearing what he always wears. So the reddish garments, or actually no, that's like his fancy stuff. He's in his I'm doing glass blowing outfit, so more or less an undershirt. He's found some sleeves because it's cold outside. Plain clothing. He's got a parka because it's cold, but he's also trying to figure out how to wear a parka and also have wings, and it's probably a losing struggle.
Yeah, your wings. I think the biology of them do tuck in quite nicely and quite tightly to you if they need to. There will always be a little bit of bulk, but you're able to get into most clothing without too much discomfort. All right, excellent. And as you open up the airlock, all of you are struck with the bitter winds immediately. Go ahead. If you all have some sort of equipment or feature that would maybe give you advantage, bring it up. But I want you to all roll con saves as you kind of make your way just a short way out of the ship towards
now
this
some
opening.
of us, we all had as an option the like space suits we could wear, and that would presumably, because it protects you from the vacuum of space.
Yes.
I assume it protects.
Yes, I did not hear anyone mention they put it on, but I can assume that you all did.
I mean, Vin probably would, because he doesn't have normal armor he needs to worry about.
Okay.
But I don't know about the rest of you guys.
I mean, unless it's something that can be worn, like, underneath.
It can be worn underneath.
Okay.
The only downside is you wearing it out for a combat situation is that it can get damaged. And then you can't rely on it like later. But you can skip a con save now.
No, I think
I'll
you
go
should
with
probably suck it
that.
up.
Okay.
Oh yeah, I just looked at what my con save is. I can do this.
It would clash with my hat.
I assume my resistance to space exposure was more for the radiation and less for the cold part.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah. You're immune to radiation.
Okay.
Cool. I got a 26.
Cool.
I got a 27.
Wonderful.
I also got a 27.
Jeez.
Oh my god. I'm gonna have to stop rolling this die. It's a 14.
Let's see. I think that's enough for now for this first check. But if you stay out here much longer, the next DC is going to be higher.
Well, in fiction, this works. Rosh hates the cold.
Yeah. So you're fine for now. Because you've only been out for like less than a minute at this point. But it's real bad. So you make your way towards this this readout that you have with you, and you find it's hard to see it from like as the winds are kicking up, kind of pushing up these like gusts of snow, kind of pillaring around you. You do notice that there is like one column that seems to be rooted to a spot, and as you approach it does seem to be a kind of vent for that is sending up slightly warmer air that is instantly chilling once it gets out, but like if you put your like hand down lower, you can kind of feel just the slightest a little bit warm toward the base. It's certainly warmer than 20 below anyway. It is quite tight You could go down it, but you wouldn't be able to like spread out your arms or anything. And it seems to go down quite a ways.
We can investigate it if you want.
So
Do you have him?
imagine a big metallic chimney.
Mhm.
You can try to shuffle down it. You can, if you have rope, you can use that. You can try, if you have like magic, that'll help. You can do that. Gwen, I won't have problems with it. Like I know Gwen's fine, but you know others of you might need stuff. So that's kind of the situation that you're looking at.
Do we want to go this route? Once we're in,
I don't have.
sort of in.
I have
I'm fine
jetpack
with-
boots to get up.
I do not. I'm fine with going this way if someone has some means of making sure I don't plummet to my death.
You hold onto a rope?
For a limited period of time.
Some rope too.
I'll go first. So I'm below you.
Okay, so you're gonna shuffle down.
Mm-hmm.
Can we see the other entrance from here so we can be like, oh man, we're trying to get in here, and the other one's just like side door.
Just an escalator going down.
I mean, you do see the facility just on the other side of the lip of the chasm. Just keep walk to in a couple minutes. In this terrain, there are no windows or anything to like look in and see like a very warm lobby or anything.
Well, if we're going down here, I'll go last in case something comes from this side. Instead of leaving Vincent out here alone for a little bit.
Okay. I'm gonna go in.
Okay, Gwen, you go in. You with friend, you have no problems having purchase on the sides of the vent and just begin to shuffle your way down. You go down for 30 feet and then 60, and then it kind of cants to the side and goes for maybe another 20 feet, and you see like a grate at the end.
Can I look through it?
Yeah, you go there, and as you get, the closer you get, the warmer it gets. And you see inside, on the other side of the event, a large turbine sort of thing that's kind of spinning and whirling around. Seems to be producing a lot of heat in this zone, and it gets a little bit uncomfortable for you here. Not like deadly or anything, but just uncomfortable.
Is there any peoples?
You see no people in this room,
And,
but you do see that there is kind of like a walkway that goes around it, and then you see a kind of a hatch on the other side.
I'll take the grate off, knock the grate off,
Okay.
and then go out into the room, and then very quickly do a once around the walkway to make sure there's not anybody.
Okay.
On the other
Give me
side.
an investigation check.
Oh, I'm good at these.
Is everyone just waiting?
I
The
think
top?
we would have followed in behind her, so we're not out in the cold.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Who's going in first?
Rosh would go next, knowing that they're probably gonna fall at some point.
Yeah. Okay. So go ahead and roll me an athletics check. And it's it's gonna be tough.
Yep.
So
We did put a rope down.
yeah, what is the rope? What is
I think it
mode to?
technically gives you advantage on athletics checks for climbing.
Okay, cool.
Does it? I thought that was climbing gear.
Is a rope not climbing gear?
I would
guess.
say
I believe it adjusts the DC that's required with the rope.
No idea.
I will. Let's see. Well, I'm not gonna adjust the DC. I'm just gonna. You can roll with advantage though.
Okay.
I rolled a 26.
You don't need to worry about that, Savannah.
Okay.
Or Gwen. She's
Well,
fine.
with my -2, that is a 12.
Yep. Sure is.
Oh no, I meant for investigating. Sorry.
Oh, my bad. Sorry. What was it again?
It was a 26.
Yeah, you do not see any people or anything hiding in here. You don't see any security cameras or anything like that. As you kind of look around, you do see what looks like some nozzles that might be designed to like kind of put out fires if things go like overboard here or anything like that.
Okay.
But that's the only features that you notice. Gosh, I don't know, Rosh. I think you get down 30 feet and then I think you lose your grip. So I don't know if that's gonna hurt you much. I think it's gonna barely hurt. For in D&D terms anyway. So go ahead and roll me just 1d6.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
2.
Okay. Yeah, you just take 2 points of coccyx damage on your tailbone as you kind of hit the canted side of the thing and then slide out quickly. And then actually roll one more as you go on the other side of the vent and like into this generator room.
That one's 5, so it's a little bit more substantial.
Okay, so you take 7 bludgeoning damage altogether as you kind of hit twice.
Subtle.
Oh.
Gwen, as you investigate, just you hear a boom, and then boom, and then Rosh tumbles out of the vent.
Oh.
Subtle.
Ow.
You're
Climbing
right.
is not my... No, I'm fine. I just seem to have atrophied a bit during my time being dead.
Pleasant.
Oh. Oh, this is charming.
Let's get rolls from Vyncent and Milo real quick for climbing down.
Well, that's some garbage rolls. That's going to be a 5 athletics,
Okay.
also with a -2.
Okay. So with a 5, you don't get quite as far down as Rosh did. You squeak down that vent. Roll me 3d6. This is
Well, with 3d6, I also take 7 damage.
all right. And Milo, professional.
We hear
I'm glad
the
we went
clanging.
before you, though.
Yeah, you hear the clang. You hear,
I do a quick perception check to make sure nothing's like coming to investigate the vent.
Sure. Go ahead and roll me an investigation check.
That is a natural 20 for a 27.
Awesome. And also roll me a Constitution saving throw.
That's cool. That is 19 for a 28.
All right.
In comes my climb, which is going to be a 2.
Yeah. Oh my god. Thank you. Yeah. So you scan around. You see nothing. You're looking like through the chasm, listening for any sounds above the roar of the wind that whips over the chasm. You can't. You pick through. Nothing picks up out of your periphery for now.
Cool. Unsure if we're leaving this way and being told not to take it or leave it. I'm probably going to remove the rope and put the vent bit back up.
Okay.
And use my little winged boots to slowly lower myself down the vent so I don't have to, fall and...
Okay. So... Oh, that's right. Yeah. Those don't have a limit. Cool. Yeah, just the kind of the rockets on your boots kind of flutter into life. You can go... and you Iron Man yourself down the vent and land with the rest of the group.
I don't know who had the rope.
So you have the rope in your hands and offering it to whomever.
One of us had it, they take it back.
Okay.
All right, which way now?
There's a hatch on the other side.
All right. As you approach the hatch, Vincent, roll me surge.
All right. First surge of the game, y'all. Next level, I get to roll twice in pick. Yeah, but not yet. That is a 33.
Okay. Interesting. Maximize the damage of the next damaging spell you cast within the next minute.
Quick run.
I know.
All right, boys, we're going loud.
All right. So we can open the hatch and see what's on the other side, or we can break here and then find out.
Let's see what's on the other side.
Okay.
I'll open it.
All right. You open up the hatch, and there is squeak. Roll it open. You see a hallway that forks left from right. You see on the hallway, like on the wall of it, you see a sign. One says observation room with an arrow pointing to the right. And the other says exit. No. Sorry. What floor are you on? Yep. Okay. And the other says training room to the left. And in addition to training room, it also says the elevator is to the left.
What do you think?
Observation room sounds promising if we're looking for information on what they're doing here.
Also sounds like a dead end, which would be good to make sure nobody's coming from behind.
Smart.
Fair enough. Let's go. Quietly.
All right.
You say quietly, Milo's just gonna look at the two people that just fell down the van and go, whisper to himself, "We're fucked."
That is a very different stat we rolled.
And that is also a very good place to take a break. So thank you all for hanging out with us. We will be back momentarily. Thank you all. Welcome back, everyone, to Ggameknights presents Wildspace. The crew of the Arcturus has just infiltrated an underground facility of Hyper Corporation Group Ocelot. Who's in the lead as you investigate the hallways?
Me.
Mike. Okay. Gwen, you make your way carefully down. Oh, everyone, you said you want to go quietly, so everyone roll stealth checks for me, please.
Well, going to Tides of Chaos again. Now that
Okay.
that's back. Because that was a natural one.
All right.
That's also a natural one.
Okay.
23.
Got up to a 13.
13. Okay.
19.
19. That's good and respectable.
I rolled a 9, so it's below average.
That is an interesting interpretation of average. I appreciate. Okay, so Gwen, you make your way down, and Sean, if you'd like to kind of just like if you're doing anything in particular that is making things not so stealthy, like.
I mean, it is the literal fact that they are glowing completely all over. I mean, hair, the photo, because I get disadvantage because the armor glows.
Yep.
So
Oh yeah, I forgot about that piece. Yeah.
Literally everything is glowing.
Yep, that's true.
Buy him a cloak or something.
You need to get him a cover.
Like a hooded lantern, but it's like a hooded Rosh.
Mm-hmm.
Don't hide your light under a bushel.
I was thinking that exact same thing. Was Alex, you too? Okay, so 3 of us were thinking about making that exact same joke.
Yeah.
This has been a
Or we
problem.
can call it the Roshel bushel.
Yeah.
Rosh bushel.
Don't hide your light under a Roshel.
Excellent. So yeah, you make your way forward, maybe with a little bit of frustration, as you can see like the light glowing from behind you, casting shadows all throughout the hallway. You make your way. The hallways are kind of a gentle curve, and you guess it is going around this central chasm and this where that you saw from the surface. You opens up into a kind of trapezoidal room. Not unlike a skybox, I guess, at one of the at an arena, where like the windows are kind of canted in, and you can see there's some places like to sit, like some benches, workstations, terminals on the walls, and through the window you see a kind of what looks like a kind of opening, and you quickly determine that it is looking into the chasm itself, kind of down the shaft, and you see from your vantage now, you see a blue light kind of emanating up from it, the bottom. But without stepping in the room and looking further, that's all you can see. What do you do?
I'll go take a look.
I'll wait here.
All right.
I go in.
All right, Gwen. You make your way into the room. It seems kind of not very well kept up in here. It's not like filthy, but it's it's there is a kind of a cruel, it's like kind of actually no, there wouldn't be. There are reasons why there wouldn't be. Never mind. It's actually not that dirty. You like kind of bend over and look into the through the window, and down the pit you see a striking sight of kind of interwoven with thousands of wires and filaments, cybernetic armatures, kind of darting around this mass. Underneath it all, you see what looks to be the outline of an enormous skeleton.
How enormous?
It looks like it may have been, it's a little difficult to tell, but judging by the size of the skull, which has some pieces missing from it, and there are. Do you have really good vision?
I imagine so.
Okay.
For hunting.
Okay. Well, you we could say you see this, like, you can kind of see that there is like things moving all over it, and you get a sense that there are possibly thousands of nanobots kind of traversing over the skeleton. But based on the skull, you would imagine this thing may have been like 50 feet tall in life, perhaps. And at the base of this thing, in addition to the armatures, you see humanoid figures, but the way that they move lies the fact that these are certainly inorganic creatures. Robots.
Robots. Okay. I'm gonna back slowly out of the room.
All right. What's your passive perception?
What a good question you've asked me. 16.
Okay.
I'm going back out of the room.
Anything worth us exploring in there, or should we head deeper into the facility?
I mean, you might want to see it, but I don't know what we do about it. There's a very, very large dead thing. It's a skeleton, if I had to guess, probably 50 feet tall. And some robots. And a lot of nanobots all around. I don't even begin to know what they're doing in there, but I don't like it.
Were they excavating it? Makes me
Life is
uncomfortable.
never dull with you guys.
You're welcome.
Well, if there's... I don't imagine that's what we're looking for right now, though we probably should find out why they are doing that.
Mm-hmm.
So
blow the joint.
We'll cross that
or
bridge.
Not. Just spitballing ideas.
Well, the elevators were down the other way. If there's nothing we want to do in that room, unless we wanted to go in there and deal with the robots.
I mean, I don't see the point in causing a ruckus.
So, elevator further into the facility.
If we go that route, we are most likely going to run into somebody. So, eyes out.
Is this a shoot first, ask questions later situation, or is this a...
We could try the
Not
thing
bad.
of our ship broke and we stumbled our way in and can you help us? But
Our ship broke, we decided to sneak down your little air vent.
they didn't answer the front door. The doorbell, the intercom must be busted.
I suppose you didn't see any options in there for disguising access cards or anything like that.
I don't think so.
And we have...
I
Hopefully
suppose we just...
going.
make our way through, and just if we run into anyone, we explain why we're here, and if they want to do something about it, then we stop them.
I find the best thing to do is just pretend like you're supposed to be there. Most people won't question it.
Lie through your teeth.
I'll stand in the back.
Confidence is everything.
All right. So you make your way back past, and as you go, you see that the sign that there is a sign leading towards where you came from called the generator room. And let's just call it the generator. We don't say room for everything. We understand it's a room, guys. They're a corporation. They're saving money on ink. So you make your way back around the bend. I'm going to call this like it's a ring that goes around the whole facility or the whole chasm. This is actually, you find out that you're on the second ring. And they, which you find out once you get to kind of like the elevator station. Like there's like a kind of like what you imagine an elevator room is. There's like a platform, or right now it's just a shaft. There's not. You're gonna have to like call it to get to your floor. But just a little bit of an opening. You like further down the hallway is the training room, and you can see that there are 4 levels. You're on the second, and it goes from first, and it counts down, or it counts up rather as you go down. So you have skipped one of the things, and you're on the second, and there are 2 more other than the one that you're on right now. And there is a kind of a keypad where you can presumably call an elevator.
It seems to me people tend to keep the important stuff furthest into the facility. Would make sense, right?
That is generally how it goes, yeah.
So all the way down.
We're gonna clear the training room, make sure nobody's there, or are we just gonna hit the button?
I can take a look, but I don't want to waste a lot of time.
I think the less people we interact with, the better.
Hey, look, you guys hired me, or I tagged along.
And?
So you guys choose what to do. I'm just...
Oh, I thought you were saying like, you guys hired me, listen to my advice. Not like, you guys hired me, so do whatever you want with me. It's like, okay.
Look, that's Spring Milo. He don't care. He just goes with the flow. He's like, I'll put my little voice out there and you guys choose what to do with it.
Right. Call the elevator. While you're waiting, I'll take a look down the hall to make sure no one follows us.
All right. Boop. I have funny out-of-game comments for what's going on right now, but I'll share them later. So you call the elevator, waiting for it as Gwen makes her way down the hallway. And several things happen at roughly the same time. And I'm trying to think of how to do this. Sorry. All right. So, Gwen, you open your room. You open this kind of door, like hit like a button, and it's like a hydraulic door opens up. And you kind of look in, and there's this kind of open space, sort of like a like open rectangular kind of place, like a gym a little bit. You see kind of a strange thing. You see like some like rods, cones, some balls around. You see not a lot of what you might expect to see, like a lot of like from your what a trading room means to you. You might expect to see maybe weights there, like obstacle courses. I'm not sure. Maybe like figure like dummies to practice arrows or laser fire on. It doesn't seem to be any of that here. It just seems to be a bunch of loose items that don't seem to have too much significance to you. A lot of these rooms were the mind that Vyncent might see them. And since he doesn't look in any of the rooms, there's no context to any of these things. But luckily, we don't need Vyncent to trigger this next thing, because as the three of you waiting for the elevator, two doors on either side of you, on each side of the hallway, kind of close down as what was a hallway that wrapped around the whole facility becomes a single room. And the elevator lowers down, and the three of you are greeted by a team of grid walkers wearing the telltale armor that you've seen before. Those of you who aren't Milo. They're wearing
with them.
They're wearing there is a Vegeta class with them. This is they're traveling in the same kind of pod that you faced in the very first session, and I'm very excited to see how badly they die. But they don't actually, let's go ahead and roll for initiative as they leap out as soon as they see you. But we'll see. Combat.
Good thing I don't use Roll20's initiative.
Me too, buddy.
Why do we keep buddying up when we roll the natural ones?
I don't know.
I wasn't going to use the combat tracker, actually.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh, good.
Just because I don't, yeah, it's just going to be easier on me not to do that. So once I can get this going, then we will begin the combat.
It's like muscle memory at this point. Like somebody says combat or roll for initiative, and it's just like token.
Yeah.
Use Roll20 so much.
Cool.
So for those watching and the one person playing who has no idea what this is, you said Vegeta. I'm picturing Dragon Ball Z characters are here right now.
So
pretty
back
much.
in the very first session, we ran into a squad like these guys, and they had their leader who was going to stay out of the combat and, let the grunts handle it. But then we aggroed him or something, and then he murdered one of our teammates.
That is true.
Pretty sure we did end up killing him in vengeance, but
yeah, you got them all. None of them got away at that time, but one of the party died that combat. But y'all were level 3s then. And so this fight should be not quite as serious, I would imagine. Well, we'll see. The rolls could go someplace else. All right, so what's your initiative, y'all?
I got a 9, so I'm probably going last.
Okay.
I got an 18.
Alrighty.
21.
Very nice.
11.
Alrighty. So, Gwen, I'm gonna say for the purpose of, I'm gonna say you're surprised because I don't think you're. I think like you hear like the whoosh of a door shutting in the hallway behind you, but like, well, nah, that's fine. But you're pretty much just gonna be able to use your movement to get back, I guess, to like on the other side of the door.
Okay.
She is on the other side.
She's
outside
on
of
the
the
other
room we're in.
Yep, she is separated. But we'll start with Milo. There are 4 individuals.
And one of them looks stronger than the rest.
One of them looks stronger than the other 3.
Well, that's who I'm going for.
All right.
I have the 2 squishies with me, and I must protect.
All right, protect.
Biggest threat must get their attention. Okay, let's try and hit them with my sword, because we're trying to be quiet, so I won't shoot my gun unless something happens. So that is a 17 plus 11, 28.
Yep. Jeez.
Are they holding anything?
A sword.
I want to try and disarm them with one of my battle maneuvers.
Okay. Can y'all miss? Is that even possible?
In theory.
Oh, that is a lot of damage.
Good.
Oh, no, I rolled D6s, not D8s. Rip. Please don't fail me. Sorry, I have the wrong die. Oh, I rolled the exact same on the D8s as I did on the D6, so it's all good. That is 24 slashing with the superiority die, and they must do a strength saving throw.
Okay.
Of 18. Or else they drop their sword.
Also 17. You kind of slash into them and then pull the blade down towards their hand when knocking the blade free as it clatters on the ground. What else you got?
I've still got 2 more swings at this dude.
Sure you do.
Ooh, that's an 18 hit.
18 hits.
Wicked.
Dang. No. Huh. Okay. This is gonna go so fast. It's so funny. I wanted you all to face 9 damage.
Slashing.
Yep.
And my last attack on him is okay. That's a 21. Does he look rough?
Yeah, that hurt. That hurt.
And I just try and trip him over. No, I'll goad him. I'll make him want to hit me. Gotta protect my squishy friends.
All right.
Which is a 20 slashing.
20 slashing. Oh boy. All right. Was there a third attack roll?
That was the third. The first one I disarmed. The second I just hit.
Oh, 20. Oh, 20. The 20 was the attack roll.
Yeah, hold on. I can't. The thing's not large enough to show me all the damage. I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Oh, I am. There's a +1 I'm meant to be adding to everything. That's another 3 on top.
Okay. All right. Cool. Yeah, he's hurt real bad.
Is it a free action to pick up the sword he dropped?
Is that a free action?
Or can it be a bonus action to pick up a dropped item? I don't know what item interaction is like.
So you can, I think you can grab at it, yeah.
Cool. I'll grab at a sword which is on the ground.
Okay. All right.
No weapons allowed in this.
Excellent. So that's going to bring us to Gwen, who is outside the door. Do you have anything that would allow you to kind of break through this thing, or whatever you might want to try with the door?
Yeah,
teleporting
these
or...
guns.
Okay.
Other than my hands, I was looking to see if I had like a crowbar or something to like pry it open. I don't have that. I'm just going to try to force the door open with friend's help.
Okay. Give me a strength check.
22.
All right. You are able to get in the door with friend and begin to kind of pull it apart. It's not enough to open the door all the way, though.
Okay.
It is pushing really hard against you, but you do have it cracked open, and you can kind of, through the whole gap that you've created, you can see what's going on. So you have eyesight now.
Awesome.
Cool. That's going to bring us to them. And two of them are going to like leap on Milo and attack with ferocity. 21, 14, 21, and 10.
The 221 hits. On the first miss, I want to riposte and attack them and teach them a lesson.
Okay. All right. Go ahead and roll your attack for that.
23.
23 will hit.
A 10 slash.
Okay. Ouch. All right. And you're going to take, as they like slash in with those two attacks, you're going to take a total of 17 slashing and 11 lightning. I'm sorry, not slashing, but bludgeoning, as they actually don't have swords. They're beating you with electric clubs. Cool. So that's those two, and then the other two are going, like, one's gonna go for Vyncent, and 22 and a 14.
22 hits, 14 does not.
Okay, you're gonna take 4 points of bludgeoning and 12 points of lightning.
Okay.
And one goes for Rosh.
I'm gonna give him disadvantage on his first attack.
Okay. 14 hit.
Misses.
And a 10 to hit.
Misses.
Okay. And that's gonna bring us to the Vegeta analog, who is going to activate something on their what am I? Oh, anyway. Right. I was supposed to be talking to myself. They're not supposed to be swords or psychic damage. Anyway, you're seeing how I change these things. I'm using other sheets, but changing these things. So he's gonna activate something on his suit. And let's see. How does this work? Okay, so Milo, you need to make a strength check.
Check or saving throw, because they're vastly different.
Check.
6.
Yes. Okay. So the Vegeta extends a hand, and the blade in your hand kind of whirls to life, wrenches free of your fingers, and then goes towards Vegeta's hands. And he's going to make not as many he would normally do, because he had to do that move to get it, but he's going to slash out at you. Does a 27 hit?
No.
Okay. It's going to be 8 slashing and 12 lightning.
Oh. It's going to be fun.
But blood is kind of... you can see it kind of like filling in the cracks of their armors, or of their armor, and already kind of backing up into the elevator a little bit in a defensive posture. Is very worried. So that's going to bring us to Rosh.
Okay. Can I get to a place where they're all like within about 30 feet of me ish?
Yeah, you're all in that zone. Yep.
Okay. I'm going to use my Channel Divinity to Radiance of the Dawn.
All right. Go for it.
And the whole building explodes.
Yeah.
I'm just going to use this on roll 20. So that is a Constitution saving throw.
Okay. I will roll them real quickies. Oh.
DC 18.
Nice. Vegeta crits.
This is what I did the first time we fought these guys too. It's the first
I
time I
know.
ever used this thing.
What's your DC again?
18.
So Vegeta and one of the Gridwalkers pass.
Okay. The ones that pass take 15 points of radiant damage. The ones that fail take 30.
Okay. They're all still up, but that hurts. That really, really hurts.
Okay. And then gonna use my bonus action to cast. How rough are you, Vincent?
I mean, I'm still pretty beefy. You know, I'm above 3/4.
Okay. Well, just in case they turn that around on me, then I'm gonna cast Sanctuary on myself. Just first level.
All right.
And that's my turn.
All right, which is going to bring us to Vyncent.
Okay. You said they had started to group back up on the elevator, or
Just Vegeta has. The other 4 kind of like in the melee with you.
okay.
Can you roll me a surge?
Yeah, because that could change a lot of things. I also assume it's been past a minute since my last surge.
Yeah, a little bit. Sorry.
Oops. Well, I rolled 2 d10s. I need the 10 digits one. Okay, that is a 73.
All right. So roll me a. Everyone's here, so roll me a D9.
Okay.
1 through 4 is bad, and
I got a 2.
okay, that's gonna be Gwen.
Every time.
All right. So
I can take it.
You're going to be poisoned for 1 hour.
I can take it. It's fine.
Was this the first time we've all been in combat with Milo? Like, has he seen this wild magic
You would have
stuff
heard
going on?
stories and you might have seen the occasional bit, but it's just popping off in combat.
Just making sure I don't have anything for poisoned. I don't think so.
Oh boy, you're a double-edged blade here.
And as you kind of like reach out with like whatever you're gonna do, as you kind of like try to like maybe reach out and do magic, this kind of surge happens and it sends a pulse through the room that kind of like darts around like on the walls and then goes right through this gap where the door is, so it's just straight into Gwen. And Gwen, you feel ill. And as that happens, there's a voice that comes over the intercoms. Says,
You still haven't figured that out quite yet, have you?
it's your turn.
The hell are you talking about? I'll show you what I've got figured out, and I'm gonna cast Chaos Bolt. Let's go ahead and shoot, or no, because there's someone in melee with me, right?
Yes, you have one in melee with you.
Okay, so that's not gonna work. Or it would be at disadvantage. So instead, yeah, I'll just shocking grasp the guy right next to me.
Okay.
See what that does. That's gonna be like a 23 to hit.
All right, that's gonna hit.
Oh, this does so much damage. That is 15 points of lightning damage.
Nice.
Is he still up?
He's still up.
Okay. But now he can't take reactions.
Okay.
So
he can move out of his zone if you want.
Yes. So I will do that, and then I will. Or I guess I should clarify: is he wearing metal armor?
Yeah.
So I would have had advantage. Let me just see if it crits.
Sure.
It did not. Okay. But so then I will step away from him so he's not in my face. And
cool.
I will spend some sorcery points to quicken a Chaos Bolt for my bonus action.
Nice.
And let's go for Vegeta.
All right.
Just at first level. No, we'll do it at second level.
Nice.
Okay, that's like a 22 to hit.
That definitely hits.
Okay, so it's 2d8, and then for second level, gonna add 2d6. Okay, so that is so much damage. That's 18 points, and I can choose between cold and poison. We'll go ahead and do... yeah, we'll do poison, because I just shot off some more poison, so it's probably still bleeding over.
All right. Yeah, awesome. So you like kind of tap into this poisonous energy, and you reach up, sending this sickly bolt into Vegeta, who kind of doubles over, retching, vomiting onto the floor of the elevator, barely holding it together in a severely weakened state. I'll say even prone, mechanically speaking. Awesome. So that brings us back up to Milo. Milo, you have 2 in your face, 1 to your left and to your right, besides the 2 in your face, and then 1 that's kind of behind everybody, retching in the elevator.
So Vegeta's still in 5 feet of me, right?
No.
Son of a... Oh man, I have these 2 losers next to me. Okay, let's just smack these people around. Safe to say they know we're here, right? If they spoke over the intercom at us. So I'll hit the guy which I attacked when he missed me first. One I've already hit.
Yep.
That is... Ooh, that is only a 14.
Yeah, it's not gonna do it. He manages to kind of deflect your blade with his club in desperation.
I can't precision attack, can I? Looking at Alex, he was the battle master. Can you precision attack that? If you know that it's okay.
Yeah,
that's fine.
So you can add it to roll before or after the roll, but before any effects are applied.
Yeah, I think technically now, because I said it missed, then it's that moment has passed. But in next time, you can roll and then decide I want to add this to it.
Okay. Cool. Second attack against them is I rolled a 9, so that's a 20. I rolled a 3 and missed. Okay, I'm really upset.
Oh my god. All right, so yeah, you get him with a 20. hit him. Actually, I don't know that you can actually not kill him. Maybe. We'll see.
Oh, yeah, that is a 16.
Yep. You just carve right through his armor, his like plastic steel armor, and like slash it, and he crumples to the floor. And with a clunk, his club clunk, 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 rolling away, spitzing and spurting electric energy. There's still one in your face. One's on Rosh, and then there's one that Vyncent moved away from. Vegeta hurling in the elevator.
I will attack the one that's next to me, which is 18.
Yep, hits.
Is Rosh holding any melee weapons? Do I know if he has a melee weapon or is he just magic?
He has a spear, a light spear.
Yeah, it'll be fine. Now I'll do a maneuvering attack, and I'll tell Rosh to move, so he can use his reaction to move half his movement without provoking attack of opportunities.
Cool.
Okay.
Because I'm not reviving you again. Oh, 20 slashing damage.
On the one right in front of you?
Yep.
Yep, you kill him too.
Rosh can move.
I position myself closer to Vyncent so I can heal them next turn.
Okay.
Bonus action, I'm going to shoot my pistol at Vegeta.
Okay.
Which is a disadvantage because he's prone. Either way, that is still a 21.
Yeah, you hit him.
9, 10, 11, 12, 17 radiant.
Yeah, you blow his head off with
I'll go
a bolt of laser bolt. Just like as he's throwing up, he kind of lifts his head up to breathe, just and then sprays the back of the elevator with blood and vomit.
Next to... Can I get within 5 feet of both of the other dudes?
Yeah, roughly.
I'll go stand in between them and just be like, okay.
Okay.
Just chilling. I'll just tap them on their shoulders. No,
oh, jeez. Okay, Gwen. It's your turn.
So there's just little dudes left?
Mm-hmm.
Is to get into the room, is that going to be my action?
Unless someone can help you.
That's fine. I can see though, right?
You can see.
I'm gonna Eldritch Blast one of the dudes.
That works. Cool.
Disadvantage. It's gonna be a 21.
That hits.
A 14?
14 damage. Oof.
Oh no, that was the second attack. Sorry, it was a 14.
Okay. 14 misses.
And the third one is 22.
That hits.
Okay, that's gonna be 14 force damage.
14 force damage altogether?
Pew, pew. Yeah, altogether.
You knock this one. I'm going to say you knock this one in the back, causing him to stumble a little bit. And Milo, if you want to use your reaction, you can take the opportunity and try to cut him down while he's distracted by this Eldritch Blast from the back.
Okay. 25.
Yep. He has 5 hit points, so I do not think that you can.
Yeah, minimum 8.
Yeah. So,
but, you know,
as these two
damage.
blasts hit the Gridwalker from the back, causing him to stumble, you quickly seize the opportunity and slice through with your dark saber, and then just rip him in pieces, and he falls to the ground. There's only one left. That brings us to his turn, in which he's going to teleport. Actually, he's like, fuck this, and then the lights kind of flicker for a bit in the room, and he disappears. But you have 4 bodies in the room, and Gwen, you can get the door open. And I'm just gonna push it
Help
across.
with the door. No. All right. Well, that was disgusting.
Yeah, that could have been a little cleaner, but hey, what the hell are you talking about? Who are you?
Of course you don't remember. Makes sense now. Always wondered how you were able to escape.
I don't see how me not remembering would correlate to how I got out of wherever it was I was.
Do you want answers?
I mean, I thought that was obvious from us being here and kind of killing a bunch of your goons. They didn't have to die. They attacked us first.
I don't know why that's funny to me. It's like, obviously I want answers. I came here murdering people. Obviously I wanted answers. It's like, oh, you're right. My bad. That is a telltale sign of someone who wants answers. Murder. No, you're right. Absolutely. Voice substances. Actually, they're just silent. I don't think they know what to say to you right now.
Vincent, you've got to make a choice. Are we going to keep going, or are we going to get out of here?
I mean, weren't there terminals back in that first room? We can maybe try and access them, see what we can pull, but they're probably going to be sending more guys our way.
If they're moving through the circuits, it seems like.
Yeah.
There was the generator back the way we came. We could always shut that down.
We won't be able to access anything.
True.
We could wedge, like, the bodies in the doorway so the door won't close, the elevator won't move then. We can buy you time.
Or we shut down the generator and we go get information the old-fashioned way.
That works too. I'm rubbish with computers, so I wouldn't even know what to do.
I'm going to be checking the bodies during this conversation / wiping my sword on one of their clothes because it's dirty.
We'll back you either way. You want to hack it or do you want to break it?
I don't think you want to remove the generator.
I don't think I asked you.
That sounds like we should definitely do that then.
If you do, all of your siblings will die too.
I mean, on the one hand, I was kind of expecting that, but on the other hand, I never met them, so to me, they're just, innocents, not necessarily family. But I think Vin is going to start flying around looking for like a camera or something and get up in its face and just say, I'm going to be coming for you. And if you're still there, you better be prepared for the reckoning I'm going to bring.
You do find a camera and just kind of the aperture just goes tries to focus as you get really close.
Well, then I guess our only options are down the elevator or out. So we handled them. I'm sure we can handle anything else they throw at us.
I wouldn't say that too loud. Let's go. If we're gonna do this, we should do it now.
Why wouldn't I say that too loud?
Yeah, we got this. Look, and if he dies, we can just go back to that other ship and bring him back again.
I really don't plan on dying again, thank you. Speaking of which, though, how low are you right now? Or how many hit points down are you right now, Vincent and Milo?
23.
I'm 93 out of 141.
Ooh. Oh boy.
They hit me a fair bit, but
Yeah,
I'm
he
still
does some big
tanky.
hits.
Yeah.
I don't know how much health people have in general, so I don't know how squishy people are.
Can you
I
not?
have more
Did I
than
not
you.
show? Can you
I
not
can
see each
only see
other's
my
health
own.
bars? All right, let
No.
me change that,
Oh.
and then I'm gonna go to the restroom real quick. But I will. Let's see.
I can drop a couple of healing.
Why can't you see each other's? Oh, I see. I can never
Go
mind.
to
My bad. Player permission.
I still have my
C.
second wind and all that, so like I still have that.
I'm ushering into the
Oh, wait,
elevator.
Yes.
Walk and talk.
I don't think I've
Yeah.
left the
Visible
elevator.
to everyone. Visible to everyone. So,
Just looking at this surge table and
that
right
work?
next to the.
No.
for
No.
Vincent, you can't see.
Nope. The next option after the random creature becomes poison is the caster's head enlarges for 1d4 minutes. I'm just imagining, early 2000s video games big head mode.
How about that? Is
That
it?
works.
There, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, there we go. Starting to see.
So
Vincent,
that
you made me a chibi.
That visible
Okay.
to everyone button doesn't do anything.
Okay,
you just have to click the C checkbox.
Okay,
Yeah.
I can see the numbers on Gwen's, but
I can see the
can't
numbers
see
on
the numbers
Vincent's.
on
for
Milo and Rosh.
Milo's, you got to do the same thing where you did visible to everyone on his as
I
well.
think that makes
Because
the
the visible to
numbers
everyone,
visible.
Okay.
makes the numbers.
Well, that's
Okay, I'm
Hey,
gonna
roll
drop
20.
a couple.
Too many buttons.
yeah.
Vincent, this one is for you.
I'm just ushering them into the elevator. Okay.
Milo.
All right, does everyone see everything?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
All right, cool. Get rid of it.
Ha. 6-9. Milo, that one's yours. I think I might give you a second one at level 3.
I can also do my healing hands. That's once per long rest. That'll
How?
be 13.
I can't help with this.
That's if Milo's gonna be one of our tanks. That might be good because that would put you at 120. You'd only be down like 20 or so.
My 142 hit points will be very helpful when I'm in the room.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you want to use that, Alex, because is that like an action for you to do?
Yeah. I'm just debating that between it's getting someone up right now versus we've used it in the past to bring someone from unconscious.
I also have a spell. No, I didn't prepare that. Never mind.
I still have my action surge, so like worst case scenario, we can get a lot done
very quickly.
Very quickly. Okay, we'll leave it for now, and I'll save the spell slots just in case.
Yeah,
because you're still
like
over
I
100.
can get 7 attacks in one turn in dire situations.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I also have a sword that does 2d8 damage. So.
Yeah. Right now, as far as healing, as far as healing goes, I'm a little low because I just have Cure Wounds and I have Heal. So I have the big thing, and then I just have Cure Wounds, which I can do at multiple levels.
Plus, worst case, I can face step my way out of danger, and you are tankier armor-wise than me. So I can be like, I just need to back up for a bit and catch my breath, and I can just, or I can fly up and just shoot with my musket 3 times.
My armor class is 19, so.
And I've got like a million ways to give disadvantage on attack rolls against me, and then Sanctuary and all that sort of stuff. So
yeah.
Worst case, I can go range and just avoid hits.
That'd be good because I can stay up front.
And I can get rid of your poison, but it's going to be a 5th level spell slot.
It does give me disadvantage on all my attacks and ability checks.
Yeah.
How many attacks can you do round.
2. Except for Eldritch Blasting at 3.
Because I have Surprise Blessing, which will get rid of your
What?
Get rid of your poison.
When she enters the elevator, shh, surprise!
Wait, no, what is that?
the poison out of you.
Is that from Deep Magic?
Yeah, it is. So you can get rid of certain status conditions, but it also gives some sort of bonus on top of it. So I can get rid of poisoned, and it'll heal you a little bit.
I thought you were just talking about a restoration, but...
No, it's the same level, so I took this instead.
Wait a minute. Surprise blessing.
Just one thing before we get on the elevator would have just been like, did you see anything in the training room?
I think she's reading.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was reading. I'll tell them like what I saw in there. Because I remember, for my money, it didn't feel much like a training room.
Yeah.
Are you casting this spell?
Well, that's what I was debating. I might wait.
Do it just for combat because it only lasts 10 minutes.
I'm gonna say that Vincent.
Oh, because it doesn't cure it. So I see immune.
When she kind of describes it, you have a little bit of a memory that comes back to you. And in your mind, as she describes it, kind of can picture this room, and it seemed so large to you at one point. You had spent much of your well, the word childhood probably doesn't seem the right word for it, but a lot of your earliest memories there when you were small, and so were the rest of you. You remember them now, training with them there. Each of you doing your best to tap in to that stream of energy. Just simple things like making objects move or making sparks, whispering secrets into each other's minds.
That something happened in there, but I don't know that we need to go there right now. I can describe it as we're taking the elevator down.
Are you gonna be okay in here?
I should be.
Will you tell us if you're not?
Yeah. He says with a 15 in deception. No, I will. Yeah, I mean, I don't. Back when we were at Chamach Mandir, Father was it Rahul? Or Ramon. Too much destiny. Father Ramon.
I remembered something that happened.
Father Ramon helped me, get some of my memories back, but that was with magic. I very much doubt I will be, debilitated by, a wave of returning memories, but if stuff starts to happen, I'll let y'all know.
Okay. It's not always the magical things that cause problems, you know. Your feelings can too.
Sure.
Can I loot Vegeta's body?
Sure, what you looking for?
One, I want to see what the little speaky walkie-talkie thing he had. Does it also receive? Is it like the 2A so we can hear what they're saying?
You find it. Yeah, you find a comm system on him, and you can attempt to fidget with it and see if you can get it to tap into their system. Let me see what kind of roll that would be.
Would probably mention it to someone, because if it's intelligence based, not me.
Yeah, it's gonna be it. I'm trying to think of what skill though.
just gonna be looking at people and be like, he has a radio, and I'll hold up his club, and if I can make it spin around and look cool, I'll offer that to someone who wants to spin a club around.
I'll say intelligence, arcana, even like we're kind of using arcana to also include tech sometimes. So
I'll point it out to someone and be like, I don't know how this works, but he spoke into it, and then the old mate spoke over the air at everyone.
I'm real smart, but Vincent's arcana might be better than mine.
Yeah. So does Milo just come from a planet that didn't have technology, or?
He's old, so he's like one of those. Do you know how like
He's a grandpa.
old people are with technology? It's like it does stuff. I don't know what it's doing, but it's you young people just.
Gotcha.
I mean, somewhat that, but there have been like there's been tech for a lot longer than Milo's been around.
He's just not tech savvy.
It's kind of more like, I mean, look at him. He's dressed like a musketeer. This guy comes from like some sort of Mennonite planet or something.
He's a hipster.
Yeah, he's super hipster. Bunch of hipster.
I don't know how it works, and I just want to be back in the medieval days, probably millennia ago, before all this started.
Millennia ago, there were still spaceships.
More like I don't know how far back I can go.
Well, I mean, there are also like there are also planets out there where life is just beginning. So there's like nothing is all like in sync necessarily. Just the planets that are around the kind of arc streams. Anywho, yes. So is someone going to fidget with a spinner?
So yeah, probably Vincent.
That's
I'm the resident arcana expert.
All right.
That's a 17.
All right, cool. So, yeah, you tweak this thing to try to, play anything that people might be using on this particular frequency. You do hear some chatter. You hear it's nothing that I'm going to repeat now, but just like movements, positioning. They mention level 2, where you're at. Getting in position, that sort of thing. So there seems to be there's some activity. Seems that the people who are using this system, there's more than just the person that you were just talking to.
So the voice over the intercom, I don't remember who it is, but they mention my siblings, and I did get a little bit of a memory that there are others like me, but I don't know if maybe they're all brainwashed and controlled by them, or if they're prisoners, or what the situation with them is going to be like.
Well, if they're still making them, they might be hooked up to some equipment or something.
Are they making a giant you?
Based on the sorts of things we've been looking into, I imagine that is the bones of a god, and they are harvesting in it to, I guess, get genetic material to make beings like me.
Fair enough.
I hope that's nobody I know. That was a joke.
We should keep moving.
Oh yeah, no one actually pushed a button on this elevator. We just hopped on it.
What floor are you going to? You see 1, 3, and 4 as options.
Presumably all the way down to 4.
Sure, if you'd like to.
And Vincent, just for clarity, I imagine if we find this person, you want to talk to them and not just kill them.
Yeah.
Outright. Just for, for those of us who do most of the killing.
I assume there's no directory that says like what is on
I
each
was
level.
actually bringing that up, actually. So,
Floor for BBEG. There we go.
right.
Basement. I'm trying to figure out some acronym
So
that
I'm
would
trying
work.
to look this up. See everything. So there are. Looks like there's 2 laboratories on level 3, and there's a third laboratory on level 4, as well as what's just called the vat rooms.
I think level 4, and then we can make our way back up if necessary.
Sounds like a plan.
For potential robot fighting, because if this is the ground floor, didn't you say there were like robots on the ground floor?
Mm-hmm.
Is it just one door or is it 2 doors to this elevator? Is it a big elevator?
Oh, there's just one door.
Okay.
Oh wait, what do you mean, like that 2 doors, or do you mean like a door on either end?
Either side.
Yeah, just on one side. Yep.
Okay.
Yep. All right. So you click 4, and you begin to descend deeper and deeper into the mountain.
Never has an elevator been so full of drama.
Yeah. Are there any like? Is there any elevator
music?
banter? No?
I imagine just that awkward scene with us all just like adjusting armor and weapons while we just hear the elevator
just
music.
kind of like idle animations, like.
I'm just trying to use. Is it metal? Like, is there slight reflection? Is there mirrors? Like, can I adjust my hat?
Yeah.
Or pull out half my sandwich and just start eating it?
So actually, the doors are actually a kind of like glass composite. And Vincent, you have another memory. Because I'm gonna get these fucking memories out. Like, if I'm just kidding.
Do it.
As you see your own reflection in the glass, kind of your eyes shift focus, and with your kind of practice seasoned eyes, you're able to kind of see a little bit of the way that the light passes through the glass. You remember this. You remember this glass, these panels, like to another eye, probably just like any other glass, but to you, the signature is unmistakable. And you remember him now. The glassmaker. You have a memory of meeting him at the guild applying for an apprenticeship, but now that memory seems so transparently false. You didn't meet him there. You met him here. His grizzled, pockmarked face, rough and worn, but with a kind of warmth in his smile that was unlike anything you'd ever experienced before. You're used to being seen, inspected, observed with cold calculation by the white coats. But his face was different. And it was through the expression on his face that was twisted into something like horror, something like pity, that you first noticed something was wrong about this. Wrong about where you were, wrong about what was being done to you. And you remember while you're in the chamber, suspended in your regeneration tank, you remember his face lit up with the kind of sickly green light that kind of diffused from the biofluid you were just suspended in. His voice was muffled, but you heard him clear enough.
going to get you out of here.
And then the elevator hits the 4th floor, and the doors slide open.
I'm assuming we're all prepared for combat. Like, as the doors open, we're all ready to be like, oh, nothing's here.
As the doors open, you do see, like, so what's that robot in Star Wars, the Rogue Company or whatever?
Rogue One.
Rogue One.
It's Alan Tudyk. I don't remember what
Alan
number
Tudyk.
it had.
God, I just watched this movie 2 days ago. And
So
I can't
imagine a
remember what it was
robot
named.
like that wearing a lab coat and just kind of like swivels its head towards you.
K2SO.
K2SO? I don't like that name. K2SO.
We just call him K2.
K2? Yeah.
K2.
K2. Unit turns towards you. And just kind of... Does anyone react?
Are we stabbing it?
I believe we're expected. You should take us to.
As you stand there, he just clicks something on the wall, and a couple auto turrets drop from the ceiling, go, and I need you all to roll a dexterity saving throw.
Oh boy, so good at those.
All right.
Okay, that's a 19.
That's
Only
very
a
good.
+1.
25.
That's also very good.
But that's the best I can do. So I wish it was an attack.
That's a 15.
Well, I rolled a 3, but I have a +13. So 16?
You still beat me and you rolled a 3.
I have a +13.
I rolled 10 more than you and you still beat me.
So the newest iteration of the Blood Hunter has this thing that lets you also add your intelligence modifier to some of your savings.
So
Nice,
like the
that's very
swashbuckler
cool.
with charisma to the initiative.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that is not enough for
That's okay.
those two of you. But
I was just really proud of how that added up.
yeah, I know. That's very cool. So these two auto turrets just light up the elevator like a John Woo movie. Just Rosh and Gwen are kind of caught in it. You both take 33 points of piercing damage as you are rained with hot lead. Vyncent and Milo, you managed to jump out of the elevator and move away in time. But now you have, you can react. We're not going to do a full initiative, but you can react. I'll say without, we'll do this real quick. Who has the highest dex?
I have a 20.
Okay, you get to react first, Milo.
Okay, is this just a reaction or is this a full like round?
You can do a full round or turn. I mean.
Okay. Are the turrets in reaching range?
Do you mean can you get into melee range of them?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think you could. Yeah, for sure.
Cool. Let's swing at one of the turrets. Giant robot. He's just doing his job. Okay. Like he's.
Okay.
I'm killing a guy who's just doing his job. That is a non-natural 20.
That hits.
For a 14 damage.
Okay. Just go ahead and roll all three attacks real quick.
Okay, the next two I have a 29 and a 25.
Okay. Tell you what, if it goes below a 20, let me know. But otherwise, we'll say the
Okay.
DC's 20.
First attack damage wise, so 14 slashing, and then that's 14 slashing. And then if it's still up, I'll shoot it with my pistol.
All right. Go ahead, Smicky. Yeah, I think you.
to...
Yep.
For 17 radiant.
Nice. So yeah, you completely dismantle one of these auto turrets, slashing at it, like, slice off like one of the barrels and like cut into it, and like it's like unmoored from the ceiling, drops down and like hangs loosely as like sparks fly. The other one, other turret begins to come, turns towards you a little bit, but Vincent, you have a chance to move, as the other two of you are kind of still reeling in the elevator for a little bit.
Gonna hit the other turret with a shatter spell. I don't know if
Nice.
it has the stats to make a con save or.
I
Though,
don't think so because it's a construct.
Yeah, creature made of inorganic material makes it a disadvantage.
What's the area of effect on that?
10-foot radius sphere, but I could, shove it so that it's only hitting the turret and not.
Okay, so you don't want to get the robot?
No.
Okay, all right, cool.
And that is 14 points of thunder damage.
Yeah. I think because of the nature of this thing, I think it's going to do double damage, and it just kind of like, you also kind of like just shatter the circuitry inside it, and it kind of like right as it kind of like, it's still like red hot barrels are kind of like smoking from lighting up the elevator, turns towards Milo, and then this spell hits it, a big booming sound goes out, and it just kind of like shakes violently, and like screws are coming loose, and it just like goes flaccid from the ceiling.
Gonna turn towards the robot in the middle and just say, now, as I was trying to say, where is the man who speaks over the intercom? I'm gonna go and like pull its hand away from the button.
I don't think it's gonna answer any of our questions.
All right, just gonna start looking around, see if there are any signs indicating where to go down here.
Sure. You see a sign to the right. There is the bathroom or the tank room.
I really needed the bathroom.
There's if there were more, that's true, there probably is a bathroom somewhere. There's a bathroom on the first level. Shouldn't have skipped it. No, just kidding. Cool. And then and laboratory 3.
Let's check the labs first.
Okay.
Are we just gonna leave this robot here, or are we doing something about it?
It seems harmless, but give me a second because that hurt very badly. Gwen, do you need healing too?
I'm fine.
You're good?
I'm still in triple digits.
Okay. Just gonna drop a heal on myself then.
I'm gonna start heading towards the lab.
I'm waiting for the other two casters to go. I can bring up the rear and keep an eye out for anything that could be coming from the other direction.
What is your goal here, Vincent?
See if we can find the man who was speaking on the intercoms.
Me? Okay.
Oh, that was him asking. I thought that was Ryan.
Oh yeah, sorry. Yeah. Sorry. That's how I normally talk.
I'm like, what is your goal here, guys?
Yes.
What is your goal, Vincent?
I forgot what the voice. What was the voice I used on the intercom? Was that it?
I mean, it was mostly that. I think you've gotten a little growlier.
All right, I'll try to keep it.
He's mad because we keep breaking his shit.
What's your goal here, Vincent? Is that better? You like that better?
No.
What's your goal here?
No.
Thanks, I hate it.
What's your goal here, Vincent?
Find out what the hell I am, what the hell this all is, get information on whatever it is Ocelot's doing, and if it needs stopping, put a stop to it.
I can tell you what you are.
You can tell me what I was. You don't know who I am now.
I didn't take an inspiration point for that. I really enjoyed that.
We can't change who we are, Vincent. Sooner or later, we just are who we've been made to be.
Vincent, you don't have to engage with this bullshit. It's mind games.
If possible, I'd like to do a little bit of kidnapping if we can. Grab him, take him with us, interrogate.
Done it before.
Now you're making your way to Laboratory 3.
Now, Vincent, I really have to ask you. You can wander around, explore everything, but I'm gonna have to ask you that you can't go into that room. You go into that room, you do things we can't take back.
I think I'll take my chances.
So disappointing to have been lost you for so long and find you again just to lose you so fast. All right.
As long as this guy doesn't start Bioshocking me and using the sleeper phrase, I think we're good.
He's not yours to lose, you piece of shit. I opened the door.
All right, you open the door, and the voice is like,
It's time to awaken Azrael.
However, as you open up the door to Laboratory 3, you see several machine parts scattered around on several different tables, computer terminals, all across like the walls. You see blueprints, schematics, holographic images of these some sort of device kind of like swiveling around. What looks like some sort of and it's pretty large actually. It's roughly the size of like a car. Yeah, I'll just say by sight. Looks like some kind of engine.
Like the kind you would put in a ship, or the kind you would use to power machinery to maybe open an interdimensional gateway?
It's an interesting question, because the answer is yes.
This looks like they've got some kind of FTL thing they're working on here, and not that you need the big gates for, but one you could just put in a ship.
Why would they? Huh.
You could get around having to go through the gates. You don't follow the Concord's rules. You could go wherever you want, whenever you want.
Also, based on what we've learned, if they're researching angelic beings, going between the dimensions, that's where they would be finding them.
Going directly to the source.
Into the lattice work, or whatever it's called.
It's then that the lights of this facility begin to shut down. Emergency lighting, kind of casting just like these like red bulbs lighting up everything. Just kind of like the kind of cool blue light that was there. Artificial light is all like switched to red, and it's like flickering, and everything's got quite dark.
Milo would still be looking out the door which we entered from. See if the robot's still just pushing that button, but he's got his musket out ready just in case something walks around that corner.
I'm gonna go ahead and throw on the light cantrip and just, alright, let's just start grabbing blueprints, thumb drives, whatever we can.
Milo, why don't you stare down the hallway? You can kind of see the silhouette of the lab bot kind of looking around slowly, dimly, at the lights as they change, clicking useless buttons on the wall. You see a dark shape beginning to grow at the end of the hallway. Enormous, bristling. In a blur of movement, something moves across the hall, and the silhouette of the robot falls into two pieces and scatters around as the lights, you see the red lights that begin to be eclipsed by some shadow moving closer and closer to you all. As Azrael comes. And we will end tonight's session there. But we will pick up again in 2 weeks' time. Right here, right now, but later. So thank you all so much.
Yeah, just so I don't forget before the start of next session, Milo would have said one thing when the robot got cut in half. He would have a big grin on his face, and he'd just like mutter to himself, "This is when the fun begins."
Yes, it is.
Come on, this thing's just.
So thank you all so much to my players and to the viewers of it. Blah, 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 blah. We'll be back in a bit. Bye.